What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Killer Keemstar, and I'm here with...
Only use me, Bled.
This is the BadKidCast, the audio cast that you listen to
while you game.
We are available on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes, and SoundCloud. We're available all those places, people. You can find us anywhere. So, what is up, Blade? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You did not fuck her in the bathroom.
Oh my God,
You did not. You didn't. That did not happen.
Well, I specifically said I did not want to talk about this on the cast.
Well, we're not really recording yet.
Technically, we are.
I know we're recording because
we just did a fucking intro.
We did an intro. Keem's not going to waste his energy on an intro just to fuck with me. But
all right, here's the thing: we don't have to skip it. Let me explain why. Okay,
because this is
when you came home, you were on the stream, or you were talking on my cell phone on my stream with speaker, and you already said that this happened. Like it already kind of went public
on my stream.
Yeah, it went public on your stream or my stream. Well, here's the thing: it was my stream because I said, "Hey, Blade, I have you on speakerphone. Please tell my stream the story."
Oh, good God! Okay, we can talk about it then. Fuck
so
it's out there.
All right. So what happened?
I love how we roped him into that one.
I mean, that is true because I do remember talking at the end of the story. I do remember talking to Keem.
Okay. Listen. So here's the deal. We had an interesting weekend. Friday we went to a party. It was a good party. We played some ladder ball. Blade, and Scott Martin. Good times. But earlier that day, we went to Darien Lake, and shit just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting you guys there, and I'm like,
so
where are you?
Josh. Oh, introduce yourself, Josh.
Jay, Ken Martin here, back in the studio again.
Bam. Second straight show. Anyway, so Josh, Darien Lake, you had like a campground thing because it was your birthday weekend, right?
Past my birthday weekend, family came in. We celebrated my birthday out there. Ended up staying for 5 days.
And we were supposed to be there. Friday, it was 4th of July.
Yep.
I was instructed that I had to be at Darien Lake. So me and Blade traveled to Darien Lake. And, Blade could tell the story better than anyone.
All right. So, first off, you have to realize that 4th of July at Darien Lake, the parking lot is packed, bro. Like, it is fucking packed. So, Keem's driving his Hummer, and he's a little stressed when it comes to driving, dealing with parking, or dealing with assholes on the road that don't drive well.
Right.
Like, not full-on road rage stats, but you get fucking pissed off at people, right?
Yep.
So, he's driving around, trying to find a parking spot for what seemed like fucking forever, right? So, finally, he sees one, and he's like, bam, that's mine, right? Well, I see another car that's like getting pretty close. That's way closer than Keem is, right? And I'm like, that guy. And as I say that, Keem steps on it. Like, like the fastest I've ever seen the Hummer go in such a short amount of time, right? Keem literally was like, fuck this. Stole this dude's parking spot, bro. You drifted into the fucking parking spot, your big ass Hummer,
and with an H3.
Yeah, okay. I don't mean like a full on Fast and Furious drift, but when you finally did settle, we rocked a little bit.
Yeah, it literally went.
Yeah. So Keem has this look like off. Here's the thing: most normal people, if they do something like that, they're like, "Oh, that's kind of shitty," but okay, don't just make no eye contact. Keem has no fucks given when it comes to shit like that. So he's just like, whatever. I'm like, you stole his thing. He's like, well, he could have got it too. Winner takes all, whatever, right? And so he's rolling up his stuff, and the guy's like yelling. Like the guy has his window down. He's like yelling at his car. He's like, yeah, dude, that's my spot, right? Right? And Keem's like, I just parked here. What are you talking about? Like trying to play it off a little bit. And so then he's just like, no, for real, dude. Like you need to move your car because you know damn well that's my spot. And Keem's like, no, it's not. I'm here. Get over it, right? So he rolls up his windows, and when he rolls up his windows, he gets out, and the dude leaves his car parked there and opens his car. He's like, we got a problem? Keem's like, let's do this. The dude rushes Keem, and Keem drops him. Like, drops him. First off, this wasn't a big dude, okay? This wasn't a big dude. He had his girl there, and the girl was, like, scared of the shit. But what I think happened, dude, is that he didn't want to get punked in front of his girl. That's my only mentality about why he would have gave you shit.
Like, if he would have walked closer to me, I'm pretty sure he would have tried to verbally punk me out, which wouldn't have happened
Wouldn't have
either.
happened, yeah.
But the thing is like he was running at me like he was about to swing, so I had to put him down on the ground.
Dropped him. Dude got up, still trying to fight, and Keem. It was funny though because at first Keem was like, "Let's go," and he was wailing on him. But then it got to a point where it was like, "This dude, this isn't a fair fight. Like this dude doesn't know how to fight. Like he really didn't look like he didn't know how to fight. Like he's never been in a fight before." And
I mean, here's the thing, right? A lot of fights are all mental, right? I have a big ass Hummer. This dude had a car.
Yeah.
Okay. We're racing to a parking spot, and I win.
yeah,
All right. So why would you even attempt to try to fight me after that?
so
Like you're mentally not okay. You had a car and you missed the parking spot.
So he gets knocked down. He gets up, tries to throw blows. Keem dodges him, hits him. Not only is Keem bigger, but he's faster. And it gets to a situation where there's groups of families walking by with like little kids.
It was bad.
And they were like, "Mommy, what is this? What's going on?" Like little kids were like watching this. And then like some of the older kids were like, "This is fucking cool," you know? But there's like cars like trying to
World
move.
star.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one yelled that shit out, right? And so I'm just like, yeah, Keem, we gotta go. So we gotta go. He's like, "What are you talking about?" Like, no, we have to go. Like, we're not just gonna casually walk into the park now. It doesn't work like that. And so,
The Reddit cops would be on your ass.
yeah, like you can't just like beat someone up in a parking lot and just like step over them and walk into the park and go on some rides. It doesn't work like that. So I'm like, "Keem, we gotta fucking go, dude." So Keem's like, "Fine." He got in the car. We went off.
I just had this envision of like the Rent-A-Cop showing up as security, and what went to my mind was Paul Blart. It was, and I could just see Keem tearing him apart.
So anyhow, if you really think about it, right, that dude might have known, like, okay, that guy's going to kick my ass, but he'll feel like he has to leave the park. So I can at least get that out
That's
of him.
the most far-fetched.
I'm gonna get my parking
I'm
spot.
gonna get my spot. I'll take my lumps. I'll get my spot. Fuck this.
So anyhow, that shit happens. It's unfortunate. I don't like look for fights or look to beat people up, but like that dude started it. He was trying to hit me. I had to put him on the ground.
All right. So
Sorry for violence.
So quick synopsis of what we're talking about at the beginning of the show about me fucking going into the female's bathroom with the female.
Well, wait. We're not there
I think
yet.
a third-party perspective on this would be better.
We're not there yet. We are not there yet. There's much more road to travel of the weekend.
Oh, you're right. Let's do it
All right.
chronological.
Yeah.
Every time we do this, we do it Tarantino style, and it's confusing as shit.
So then, because we didn't go to Darien Lake, right, we ended up going to a party.
Yep.
And it was a good party. Some funny shit went down at the party, but it was a friend of my girlfriend's, and it was like all their friends and stuff. And then it was me, Scott, and Blade that went there that you guys would know at this party. And we brought our own ladder ball and started a pretty good ladder ball tournament. We were having good times, eats, drinks, all that.
I had an epic ladder ball round where I got all my balls on the top rope.
Now, somebody thought of an idea to throw fireworks at Blade's feet. So during ladder ball, I snuck up behind him and threw fireworks. This motherfucker jumped like.
Now here's the thing.
As for the fans, they don't know that Blade startles very easily.
I do startle. I don't like loud noises.
He just changes the words, so it's not you scared me. It's
no, you don't scare me. I'm not scared. Like I'm startled.
It's startled.
Okay, a scare means like this is okay. No, here's the thing. I'll give you an example. Okay, a scare, S-C-A.
A scare and a stare are two different things.
A scare is you did something frightening and now I'm scared. Okay, and I'm going to stay scared for however length of time, but I'm scared. Okay, when you startle someone and they're startled, they do like that, like they freak out for like half a second, and then they go into why the fuck you do that mode. Okay?
I guess
if you watch a scare,
you get angry about it.
I do get angry about it because here's the thing: it's not random people that are startling me. Okay.
You want to say scared?
No, it's not. It's just not random people startling
It's shocking.
me. It's shocking. Yeah, it's people that know me, right? And it's honestly, it's you guys. Like that's what it is. It's the two of you and it's Scott. Those are the people that like to startle me. Yeah. So, and they know that I don't like it. They know I don't like it. It really does shock my nerves.
Anyhow, I throw the fireworks at him. Dude gets extremely scared / startled.
Startled.
Shocked.
Shocked.
But then it starts getting dark, right? It starts getting dark, and here's the thing at the party, right? We are in a
neighborhood.
We're around houses everywhere.
Where it's houses next to each other with front lawns and grass, and you can see your neighbors.
We're in a tight suburbs of Buffalo, right? And not only down the road is there like giant firework display put on by the town, which is in viewing distance, but every single neighbor to this house that we're at the party has their own fireworks.
Yep.
So on the right-hand side of the house, there's these Asian people. On the left-hand side of the house, there's another family that's just viewing. And then across the street, it's a white family, and they're fucking blowing off fireworks. So the Asian dude next to us, this is the first thing that goes down, right? It's just getting dark, right? This dude's putting in giant bulbs.
Yeah.
Giant bulbs and launching them up like
the mortars.
As good as the town is doing. He's putting mortars. Now, this is in his front yard. His front yard is like 100 feet by 100 feet, if not, maybe not even that much, like 60 by 60. Like, he's got a small front yard, right? And he's right next to the road. He's blowing these fucking things up. The pipe gets hot because it's a paper towel, or what am I saying? Cardboard.
Cardboard, there you go.
Yeah, tube. It gets warm, right? So the bottom of it like kind of falls out, and one of the bulb falls out like right in the ground and doesn't go up like in the sky like it's supposed to. Right? And I'm watching this and I'm like, oh my God. And it explodes and it hits all of them. Now, there's like 1,000 little Asian kids out there and stuff. Like maybe 1,000's too much, but there was a lot of them.
That is way too much. There's a lot of them.
We just turned racist again.
There was a lot. Well, they were Asian. That's not racist.
It's not racist to say someone's Asian.
As he says, well, they were Asian.
But anyhow,
like 1,000 Asian people is equivalent to like 300
it
Americans.
hits their whole family.
Unfollow.
It hits their whole family, and they're like diving on the ground and stuff. Like, normal reaction to a thing exploding right
to
there.
being startled.
So every time this dude put one in there to blow off, from that point on, he was doing this like really crazy sneaky walk like away from it. It was hilarious. So that was one thing, but then it started getting dark, and the kids had glow sticks.
Okay, so before we get into this, I had some weed, right? And I don't really smoke that often.
I wasn't allowed to.
You weren't even here.
You weren't even at the party.
Talking about.
And so I was like, I was asking the homeowner, I'm like, when's it, like, can I smoke some weed? Like, if I can, where can I do it? And so they're like, well, wait for these couple people to leave first because we don't want you, like, smoking in front of them. And wait till it gets dark. And so finally I went back and I was able to smoke with a couple people from the party and come out. So now I'm not retarded, but I'm feeling lovely, right?
Yes.
We get out there and someone had found, like, I'd say 25 glow sticks.
Yep.
Okay. And so they made a game. He made a game where he threw the glow sticks on the lawn, and these little kids would scatter around and try to pick them up. The kid that would bring
like
back,
an Easter egg hunt.
like an Easter egg hunt, right? So the kid that would bring the most glow sticks back would win that round or whatever, right? So they kept on doing this. The kids are having fun, right? Doing this for a while. I'm high. I'm watching. I'm laughing. I'm seeing how the kids interact and how sometimes they steal it from each other.
Now, at the same time that this is going on, right? Again, on the right-hand side of us, we got the Asian people blowing off fireworks. Across the street, we got white people blowing off fireworks. And on the left of us, we got people with their back turned to us.
On
right?
lawn furniture.
On lawn furniture, 2 rows of people sitting there watching the big fireworks that are being blown off by the town while this is going on.
So, Keem's tossing them. Mia comes up and is like, I want to throw them. Keem's like, oh, okay, fine. So, Mia has them and throws them out there. People grab them. They bring it back, right? So then, this Puerto Rican kid, where did this kid come from?
I think that's one of Jamie's kids.
That's one of Jamie's kids?
I have no idea.
Anyways.
She was like, you can beat him. He's Puerto Rican. I'm like,
so
that's what she said.
Why is this story becoming racist? Like, I don't understand why we keep on. Anyway, but this does apply because Puerto Ricans are good at baseball.
It's not really racist. It's her kid.
Where did?
Okay, so he's like, can I throw? So Keem gives them the glow sticks, right? And then he's like, well, if he's going to throw it, I'm going to go out there and catch these, right?
And the kid's like, what, 8, 9, 10?
8, 9, 10.
Something like that.
Yeah, the late 10s, the first start of the decade. Anyway, So Keem goes deep, right? Keem's like behind the kids thinking that he's just going to just get in there and get what he needs to do, right? Like he's ready. Keem, bunch of little kids. The kid throws it. Now, not toss it underhand in the air so it rains down on the lawn. He chucks it like a fucking baseball.
He throws all the glow sticks, right? And I'm standing far back in the lawn.
With a cannon of an arm.
They go way over my head, and I see them in the sky, and they're like
dark out.
Fanning out. Like I see them in the sky, and they're fanning out into almost like two perfect
It was like
lines.
a psychedelic 300 when all the bows came down.
All right. Goes over my head and hits these people in the fucking head that are sitting there watching the fireworks from the town with their backs turned to us.
Like
right?
all the battleships got sunk. Okay.
So, they didn't see who threw it, right? Because they're looking the other direction. And every single glow stick hit every single person sitting down in the head. And there was like 20 people. It was like 2 people got out of it without getting hit. Like it was like a perfect hit. It was insane. It was insane. And the first thing that happens, right, is these people are like, what the fuck? And they turn around and guess who's standing the farthest distance on the lawn, the closest to them?
Keem.
Me.
And it's just a bunch of little children. Obviously, you're the culprit.
So I look back, and Blade just got done smoking, right? So this motherfucker's like half like he's. It looks like he's doing Twister, the move that he's doing, because he's laughing so hard. He's like, ah!
I was dying.
He was
bro.
like sideways. All right, he turned horizontal with laughter. Then, fucking,
I lost it, bro. That was one of the greatest things I've ever witnessed. Partly because I was high, but like it was the best fireworks show that I saw. Like I saw the fireworks in the air, but to see these glow sticks fly through the air and drop on these people that are unexpecting was the funniest thing ever in my book.
The way you guys are talking about this is going to get scouted.
so
Google Earth is going to try to find it.
so then, like fucking all the other adults are like scattering as well, right? And I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna have to tell them. So I turn and look at him. I go, hey, I'm really sorry. That wasn't me. It was that kid, right? And they gave me back all the glow sticks with the fucking most sarcastic fucking eyes and face ever. They're like, every single one of them that gave me back that glow stick was like, fuck you. What the fuck should I do? Like,
because it was a good amount. It was like 25 of them. So they had to like pick them up. And so
anyhow,
that shit was hilarious.
that shit goes down. And then it gets later. It gets later at night.
Yeah,
And, you know,
kind of bored.
it's getting kind of boring. And fucking,
There was this. They were trying to cook marshmallows. Right? Go. Okay.
all right. So it's getting a little boring, right? And it's getting kind of dark. And the only light that they have at the party in the backyard is the garage, and they don't like have a fire or anything. So I see people like making a fire. So I go over there, and like the girl Jamie's like the person that owns the house and stuff, and is having the party, and she's like cooking like fucking wood from like a torn down house, like 2x4s and shit, right?
She said part of the wood was like part of a broken fence. Like a painted broken fence.
So there's like painted broken fence. There's like
Treated
varnished
wood.
There's like treated wood, varnished, like nails and stuff inside the wood stuff that she's cooking at the bonfire. Not a problem, right? And the reason why we're laughing and the reason why it actually is a problem is because she was like, yeah, kids, go grab marshmallows and sticks. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, Jamie doesn't know, right? You can't cook treated wood or paint wood on a fire and cook on it. You'll get sick. It's poisonous, right?
Literally.
So I tell her and I explain that to her, right? And I take my time and I'm like, yeah, you know, the fumes coming off from it gets on the food, and then you're like eating poison. You can't burn or cook on treated wood or painted wood, right? You just can't. I'm just explaining this to her, right? So after it like clicks in her brain and she understands exactly what she's talking and what I'm saying, she looks at me and she goes, "They're fine."
Oh my god.
So I'm like, I thought she was joking, right? And then her next statement was like to one of her kids, Josh. She was like, "Josh, get over here. Cook the marshmallow." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, this is like, I can't believe this is going on.
Now, I don't know how well this is going to translate to radio, okay? But there's a situation where Keem and I were sitting there. It's me, Keem, Melissa, like everyone. You know how when you're at parties, you tend to get in groups, like you're all together, but you're in separated groups, right? So Keem, Melissa, and I are just sitting in a thing. And inside the garage, like about 15 feet away from us, is my roommate, Scott Ken Martin.
Yeah, so it's really dark. It's really dark in Jamie's backyard, all right? The only light is coming from the garage.
And the fire.
And the fire. Scott's sitting directly in the garage underneath the light. So in all this darkness where we're all hanging out, there's like this beaming Scott inside the garage underneath the light. Now, Scott is sitting in this chair like he's on a talk show. He's got his one foot up on top of, like, he's got his, like, legs crossed.
Yeah.
Foot over his knee kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's not like the cross like a girl. It's like fucking, like the man official.
Like you make like a 4 symbol with your legs.
Yeah. So
Fantastic.
he's sitting in the garage like that, right? And he's all proper. He's got his chest out. He's all peacocked, right? And he's sitting there, and he's eating chips. And he takes his chip, and he puts it up to his mouth. And I just happen to glance over when I see this. The chip disappears, right? And then he takes his hand, and he does like this wave after it went into his mouth.
Yeah.
So I just start...
Like imagine if you blew a bubble. Like one of those things where you blow bubbles and you like went with the bubble.
I was the only one that saw it. So I'm dying, right? I'm out loud laughing, right? And
Yeah.
Blade's like, "What's so funny? Like, what's going on?"
Yeah.
So I explained it to him, and then Blade saw it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that he had another chip, right? First off, he's eating one chip at a time, and he's doing it so proper. Like, head still, slowly bring the chip with his fingers up to his mouth, and he doesn't, like, put it in his mouth. He does this thing where he drops it, but it, like, hovers and goes, like, quickly into his mouth, right? And every time he did it, he would do some really weird exit thing with his hand, right? Like,
Yeah.
he would, I don't know, it's hard to explain on radio, but he would do something weird with his hand. So he had like 3 different chip eating moves. And so
Dude, it
we were
looked
fascinated
so
by it.
Fucking unnatural. It looked like a robot was doing this shit.
Yeah.
So anyhow, after that, me, you, and Scott, we went out and we played some
Some
pool or whatever, and then we decided to go home and stream.
Yep.
Then what happened the next night?
Which was the next night? The next night was
We
when
decided to go to Elkiville.
we went to Alkiville.
Elkiville.
So explain that one.
We just went out to Elkiville to meet a friend of mine / brother / DJ / judge / attorney, my
Yeah.
boy.
Straight pimping.
Yeah.
We went out to the club that he was DJing at. We had a good time.
He does do like 10,000 different things. Like
Yeah.
he's an attorney, he's a judge, and he DJs. Like
Yep.
he's all over the place.
And he flips houses.
And he sells houses.
So
He's like that drug dealer. Like, you walk up, just like, what do you need? I got it.
Yeah, but all the legal drugs though.
Yeah.
Like, but they're like services. Yeah, and then that night we went home and we streamed, and that was pretty tame. So, okay, so now it's Sunday, the day of rest. Do you want to take a break before we start this, or you want to just keep on going?
let's just keep going.
Okay,
Let's flow.
let it flow. So it's Sunday, day of rest. Each day before, I've gone out. I didn't really get too fucked up each time, but I went out, and now I'm just feeling like worn out from the weekend, right?
We forgot about Thursday.
Thursday was heavy. Anyways, we go to our local bar / restaurant, Scott and I, right? Scott drives. When we're out there, I'm just going to get some food and we're just going to go home, right? Well, while we're out there were girls in bikinis that were in there that were hot as fuck. We're like, okay, those bitches are hot. I got a picture of them on my phone.
They actually were. He showed me the picture. No exaggeration.
Okay. So then, as we were there, this girl walks in. She had some nice titties. She's pretty, but she looks stressed, right?
Mm-hmm.
She comes in. She sits down. She like gets a beer, and I'm like, oh, she's hot. Let me figure out a way to go talk to her, right? Well, she goes outside and she's smoking a cigarette. So I'm like, this is a perfect chance to go up there and like talk to her, right? So I go out. I'm like, yeah. Do you have a cigarette for me? She's like, I have one last cigarette. I'll share it with you. Then she starts fucking telling me about. She's like so stressed out. I'm like, okay, why are you stressed out? She had just broken up with her boyfriend about 45 minutes prior. Mm-hmm. Got kicked out of her house. She doesn't have her phone, but she has his phone. And she's just stressed out, and she grew up in this area, but she's like lives like an hour away. She just wanted to go to Ying's and get some drinks. I'm like, okay, So I get in there. I'm like, yeah, you sound like you've had a rough day. Let me get you a drink. So we take a shot of Fireball, drink a beer, another shot of Fireball, drink a beer. Feeling lovely, talking to her. One thing leads to another. I didn't want to talk about this in podcast, but when I was drunk, I fucking admitted it on his stream, so it's whatever. When she said she had to go to the bathroom, I'm like, can I come with? And she was like, she looked over her shoulder. She's like, come on. So I fucking went with her. We went in the stall. We fucked real quick.
Now, mind you, have to chime in on this one. This bar that we happened to be to was not the upscale bar that you go to that has a couch in the waiting area before you walk into the bathroom with the guy that hands you a towel to dry your hands.
It's a no thrill. Yeah. It's a no
Yeah.
thrills bar. It's not a nightclub or anything like that. It's a no thrills bar.
Like beer bottles in the bathroom in the
It's a
toilet.
shithole.
Yeah, it's a shithole.
It's a
There we
shithole.
go.
It's
It's
a
a
shithole.
shithole.
What are we waiting on? It's a
Like, I'm
fucking
pretty sure you
dump.
should get a tetanus shot, buddy.
Yeah, like, seriously. Anyhow, apparently you fuck. I don't think you did. I don't
I don't know
believe you.
why. Like, why do you think that?
Because
Do you know how I am when I'm drunk? You see me when I'm drunk.
what I'm
No, I
saying
see when you're
is
blackout drunk.
how can you have sex at a Ying's bathroom? Like, it's just impossible.
It's not impossible. You go into the stall and you fuck.
Yeah, but it's like a fucking shithole. Like, it literally smells like asshole.
So I was in the women's bathroom. The women's bathroom is not dirty.
All right, so that happens.
So-
Now this is Sunday. I'm sitting at home. I'm streaming, right? Like, I'm good. All of a
With the
sudden,
fam.
I get a call from Blade.
No. Way more before that happens.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
fast tracking.
setting it up. I'm setting it up.
Mhm.
All right. I'm home streaming. I didn't go out to this bar and fuck this girl in the bathroom. That was all Blade. I'm home streaming, being a good boy, right?
I'm with my family.
Home with my family, being a man that I am, right? So anyhow, phone rings. It's Blade, and he goes, "I need you to pick me up." Now, can you explain to everyone why I got that phone call a couple hours later?
Absolutely. So, I with this girl after the whole thing at Ying's, and I go outside. She comes outside, and she's with this short dude, and it's like, "Yeah, we're going to the strip club," and I'm like, "That sounds like fucking fun, right?"
Yeah.
So he's driving. She's in the front seat. I'm in the back seat. We're kicking it, hanging out. We get to the strip club. Everything's cool. And I have like one or two more drinks. So I really wasn't that drunk. I was really buzzed, but not like wasted or anything like that, right? Now, I had a pack of Trident gum, right?
Okay.
Or it's Orbits, doesn't matter. Anyway, so I had a pack of gum, the little sticks in there. And I don't know what possessed me to do this, but there's two stages. I went to the different stage, and there was this girl, and she was kind of ugly. And I don't know what possessed me to do this, but it happened. I took out the gum, and I made it rain with the gum pieces on the back of the stripper. Like, I thought I was the king of the world at that point. I thought that was the funniest thing ever, right? Like, I was laughing like a bastard. And so then she turns around after he get hit in the back with a couple pieces of gum. Like, did you fucking throw gum at me? Get the fuck out of here. Security. She's yelling security and shit. I'm like, great. So I go up to like the front where the guy that checks IDs. I'm like, I'd rather you hear it from me. I was being drunk and stupid. I apologize. I threw gum at the stripper, like pretending that it was cash. And he was like, let me see what my boss has to say about it. So the boss walks over, and the bouncer explains to the boss. He's like, oh yeah, you gotta go. Bye. Just get out of here. Like, go. Leave. Like he was like a no-brainer. Like, he did it in such a way that it was like,
Are you stupid?
like, well, yeah, I am stupid, but he did it in such a way, like, imagine like you need someone to approve something at your job. You're like, hey, can you approve this? Be like, yeah, go, you're out, done. Like, it was such a non-thinker. Anyways, so I'm outside. I don't have this girl's number, okay, and it's a situation where she comes out of the strip club, and she's high, bro. She's not weed high. She's that white powder coke high.
Oh.
Like, she's zinging, right? She comes out, and she's like, where'd you go? How do you doing? What's going on? I'm like, I threw gum on a stripper. She's like, that's hilarious. Aha, okay, bye. And I'm like, are you coming back out? She's like, I'll be right back out, right outside. And I'm like, and then we'll go. I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting out there, and then 5 minutes goes by. I'm like, yeah, that bitch is high. Like, that bitch is coked up, and she's not coming out. Like, I get it. She's not coming out. So that's when I start getting on the phone, start calling people. I called you, Josh. And then I called you.
Did you recap the text messages from that night?
What are the text messages?
Now, if you guys don't know, Blaze is like normally against going to the strip club.
Yeah,
I've done this numerous times to try to get him there. One time I got him there, and I tricked him.
Yeah.
Like I really tricked him. So I get a text message 1:32 a.m. I ended up at the strip club. Like how? Then I get another text message that says, "Boobs, I need a rightful home. Pick up your phone, FHOEBE, for real, 10:15 a.m." Dude, I just woke up. What the fuck is going on? Because I also had 5 missed phone calls, like panic texts. I'm thinking like, oh great, like there's cops involved.
Yeah.
It's like everything is good. What's up? I'm like, wow, what the fuck? Like, how do we go from
I
like
mean, we solved the problem? Like I solved the problem. Everything's cool.
we went from North Korea nuked us to like, well, we're good.
So I called him which times I called Keem. Keem talked to me on his stream, and Keem was going to pick me up, but then Keem was like, "No, wait a second. I drive a Hummer, and the gas mileage in a Hummer is so shitty that no, it's not going to work. Like, just call a cab, bro. Like, literally because of the geography of everything, it was the same price or maybe even less to get a cab than to the gas that Keem would have had to do from leaving his house." And I get that too. When you're at the house being responsible and people go out and are irresponsible, the last thing you want to do
is deal with that shit.
Especially he's like streaming, like working, like hustling, doing his thing, being the responsible person, staying at home.
No, I was like, look, dude, if I'm the last option, I'll come get you. But like, dude, call a fucking taxi. Like it's gonna take me 30 minutes to fucking get where you're at.
Yeah, it would take him like 20 minutes to pass my house, and then like another like 25 minutes to go to where I was at.
And you were already like, dude, pick me up. I'm gonna buy you food. I'll buy you a pack of cigarettes. I'm tallying up
Please
all
dropping
these.
100.
I'm tallying up all these promises to pick him up, and I'm like, dude, just save yourself money and like fucking call a cab.
So I called the cab and then got home. So that was that.
So that worked out for best for everyone. All right, guys. Well, that's what went on this weekend. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back after this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the BadKidCast. What's up?
What's happening?
Interesting conversations in the garage.
Bam.
I get so many passionate tweets from BadKidCast fans.
I know.
I got some love.
You got some love from the last show? That's what's up.
How many followers do you have? Did you hit 1,000?
No, not yet.
Loser.
Thanks.
How much do you have?
550.
Bam. Building it up.
Still,
but they're faithful.
I just realized that I can't really
talk and eat almonds.
Eat these almonds and do the show.
Yeah.
Being kind of rude.
You should probably wait. Just
I can hear every crunch.
I know. Just chow down the almonds real quick. And just chow down. We'll come right back.
One last one. Get ready.
Prepare yourself.
It's going to be a good one.
For almonds.
Sounds like a bone crunching.
That's a sound bite right there. Do that again.
Oh no! I fell off the roof, Timmy.
All right, let's do it.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Yep. Oh, you have to crack.
I did.
You did crunch it.
Oh.
Yours
All right,
gives
let's try
more
it again.
reasons to eat almonds.
All right.
Let's try it again.
That was good. That was fucking good.
Almond soundboard.
All right. So are you done with the almonds, or we?
All right. Well, imagine if 3 people jumped off, right?
At the same time. That just sounds like chewing, though. That's retarded. You only get the one. Hey, I remember when I was playing Call of Duty 4, and like I learned this move where if you jump, like from a building, you know how you make that cracking sound, like your legs just cracked. I found that if you crouch right as you fall, like right there, you don't make as much of a sound, right? Mm-hmm. And this dude that was watching me play, this was back in the day when people didn't use headsets or anything like that. He's like, did you just like crouch as you fall not to make noise? He's like, yeah. He's like, you're taking this game too seriously, man.
He said that to you?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So back when the reason why I got a PS3, right? The reason why I started playing Call of Duty 4 was that me and my roommates had a perfect storm of alcoholism. We were all at our worst, right? Mm-hmm. And we all collectively, like, one day were like, dude, because most of the time the way it would work is like the 3 of us, one of us would babysit, the other 2 would go nuts. And so we'd have every different scenario of me and JR and Jordan and I. Like all those scenarios were covered. And then there would be the one night when all of us are like, I just babysitted 2 days ago, whatever, to the point when we all go super hard and then nothing gets remembered and it's bad news bears and stories the next day, right? So we all collectively like, we got to fucking knock this shit off. Like we were all like, we really need to fucking knock this shit off.
We have this conversation every Sunday.
Oh yeah.
We're not drinking anymore.
Yeah, like we really need to knock this shit off. So
we ran out of shit the marathon on Netflix.
I know. So what happened is that my buddy Jordan had this girl at the time, and this girl bought him a PlayStation 3 and a couple games, right? Mm-hmm. So we're picking out the games and like the accessories, like the extra controllers and stuff like that, right? And I wanted Fight Night. I'm like, get Fight Night. I played the other Fight Nights. They're awesome. He's like, this Call of Duty 4 thing looks pretty fucking awesome. And like, people are talking about it. It looks fucking cool, dude. I'm like, get the Fight Night. He's like, dude, this is my system. I'm getting the COD 4. Well, he gets the COD 4 and the entire house cracks out to it for like a month. We would sit there and pass the controllers and play on one account, right? Pass the sticks. And
online?
Yeah, playing online. And like we literally just no-lifed it for a month, all of us. It was awesome. We didn't go out to the bar and like, you know, we still had friends come over and kick it or whatever, but we were stopped being crazy. Well, they all kind of got burnt out on a little bit. They still played here and there, but I kept going. Like I kept going with it. I got my own account. I bought my own PlayStation so I could play. And yeah. So then obviously further on down the line, 5 years later, I'm here in Buffalo making money off gaming. So
it's kind of what happened with me.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I have a real job.
That doesn't count because you do have a real job. This is still a real job.
By the way, what happened? Like when I first like moved in with you, like we could go out hard and like I'd be at work at 8 o'clock the next day.
That's all you, buddy. I don't know. You're getting older.
Like trying to figure this out. Like now I'm like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, I can go to 4.
First off, I have to say this though is that whenever I have something I have to do the next day, like something requirement, right? I don't drink.
This is gonna sound stupid, but I don't have hangovers anymore. I have a day where I don't feel well.
That's a hangover.
That's a hangover.
But it's not.
No, it
that
is.
That is a hangover. Okay. So how about this? I'll compromise with you. That's a hangover, and I get scared. How about that? That work for you? Or you want to get technical?
And denial ain't just a river in Egypt.
Here's the thing. I've had hangovers. I know what hangovers feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I know what they are. I've experienced them. All right. What happens now when I get done drinking isn't really a hangover. It's something else.
It's a lazy day?
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. Okay, so
I just don't feel like doing anything. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same. It's not the same as a hangover, though. A hangover has a
like you feel like dying.
Feeling.
Like
yeah.
You feel like dying. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in Keem's defense, when Keem goes out, right, Keem will monitor how much he drank. He won't just get reckless with it and just take random shots and just get reckless with it.
We always say that, but I really do shot to shot most of the time with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you will get to a point when you're like, I'm good. I'm good.
Uh-huh.
I'm really happy right now. I'm fucking euphoric right now. This is great. I love this way, right? Now, I feel the same way, but I'm stupid. And I'm like, I want to feel that same way even more. And then that's when I get stupid, okay? So I will say this. When you drink to the point of you get drunk, but then you keep it there and you call it a night. I will say that. So I can understand what you're talking about because the hangovers the next day after just coming home and being like, oh, I got pretty drunk, to annihilation coming home, have to find out what happened the day before. Yes, there's a difference.
Yeah, huge difference.
I never get blackout drunk.
So, like, what I'm saying is I don't get hangovers anymore. I just get, like, lazy days.
That's okay.
And they get startled.
As retarded as it sounds, I'm going to have to agree with Keem on this because there is a difference. How
is he so persuasive at times?
It's not even a persuasive thing. He made a valid point. Sometimes he doesn't make valid points, and I disagree with him.
I make valid points all the time I talk.
But he actually did make a valid point because there is a difference. There is a difference.
Hangovers suck.
I hate them.
Lazy day is completely different. Just, I went drinking last night, a little slow today.
See, the
lazy day for us is the day after the day with the hangover.
Yeah, and then also
still don't want to do anything.
The thing is that a hangover, you can't get me to do shit. Like there'd be times where Keem will be like, all right, we're doing the BadKidCast. Let's go. Chop, chop. And I'm like, no. He's like, what are you talking about? No.
Or we'll tell Keem we agree to do something the next day just so he takes us out. We're like, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to go for the run in the park with you.
Actually, okay, exercising the day after a hangover is actually, you hate it at the time, but it's good for you.
Yeah, fantastic till you have Wendy's.
I mean, you guys are fucking idiots. Like, I'm trying to do stuff every day. I'm trying to get on that
Maybe you
legit
shouldn't
kick.
fight people at Darien Lake, and we could have hung out that day.
Well, what I'm saying is...
That was a freak accident, though.
That dude
bro.
tried to hit me, dude.
Yeah, he did. Come on now.
Yeah. So, he got Superman, that hoe. All right.
Why am I siding with Keem when he's talking about me? That didn't make any sense.
Do you see how this happens?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it.
Things
just make sense. You're like,
trio's-
all right, we're good.
A trio's perfect because if I have to defend myself against
Because we're the
Keem,
3 best friends.
okay, if I have to defend myself against Keem, it's like my word versus his or whatever. But when you have a third person in there for each scenario, so in this scenario, it's me and Josh versus you, Keem.
Yeah.
Keem and myself versus Josh, and then Keem and Josh versus myself. Like those are the 3 scenarios.
2 people are always boring. 3 is perfect.
Yeah.
That's the way I've always seen it.
Yeah, I felt like excluded with your like events of the weekend.
Well, we brought Scott with us to replace you. Like I said, 3's like the perfect money.
Dude, I wanted to kick with you at Darien Lake. Darien Lake's hella fun, and it was your birthday weekend. I felt bad.
We did so. Do you look like you're gonna fucking cry right now? Are you gonna
There's
cry?
a tear running down my face.
Can you guys hear that? It's louder than the crunch of the almonds.
Oh.
You're
Yeah.
really going for the almonds? What?
Yeah, right? You had to say almonds.
But we did go out for your birthday. We went and hit golf balls and shit, remember?
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Yeah, that was the weekend before
With your
my
friend
birthday.
with the fake titties.
Brian was in love.
She's cool. I'm not in love.
You fall in love with like any girl.
I don't fall in love.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? He falls in love with any girl?
What are you talking about? I have a girlfriend. I'm a total safe person.
If I'm out drinking and there's a girl I'm interested in, I'm going to pursue it. You know what I mean? Like,
Kind of like the girl at Darien Lake.
what was the girl? Well, that's different.
Well, we
though.
told the
that was
story,
that was different though. That's just that girl's hot. Let's see if I have an in, and didn't have an in. So standing in line at a fucking amusement park for 2 minutes is
The other text message I got from you about the bathroom girl was, she sounded like marriage material, but like I fucked her. I mean,
No, this
I'll
wasn't.
knock that off my bucket
No,
list.
okay. This girl wasn't like I'm gonna date her. Like she was a mess from the moment I met her. Like
yeah.
it wouldn't be I
You
wasn't
took
looking.
advantage of some innocent girl.
She wasn't innocent. She was 30, bro.
That's horrible. What's
Why
wrong
is
with
that
you?
horrible? What?
He took advantage of some girl
I
because she
didn't
broke
take
up with her
advantage
boyfriend?
of some girl.
She broke up with her boyfriend.
You have
man.
no respect for women.
Really?
Oh, shut up! You guys are full of shit. You guys
Oh,
are really
so
looking at-
anyway, speaking about women, so like I've been kind of talking to this girl for like a minute. So I'm like talking to Blade like man to man about like a girl, like a relationship. And he breaks it to me tonight that he thought about this 3 days ago.
Okay, so here's what I was thinking. Okay, a lot of times, and I've dealt with this before. When a girl is in a relationship with a dude, she refers to her fucking friends as like assistant coaches for the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, her friend is unhappy or whatever. Like her friend just isn't in the right place, or she's not in a fucking relationship. And she gives shitty advice, right?
Right.
Now, I was thinking about that, and I was like, obviously, I want to give my friend Josh advice. And I look out for him. His happiness as a human being is on the same pathway as mine, right? But I was thinking about it. I was like, I haven't been in a relationship since like 2011. And I just fucked a girl in a bathroom. I might not be the best person. I might be Josh's ratchet friend. Josh.
Yes.
Like, honestly, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I might be Josh's ratchet friend. So I told him
Yeah.
tonight. I was like, Josh, by the way, yeah, I know you're asking me for advice, but just to give you a heads up, I haven't been in a relationship in many years, and I fucked a girl in a bathroom. I'm probably not the best source of information for this. Just saying.
Oh, by the way, thought about that 3 days ago.
Yeah.
She had told you that before all
Blade,
this shit
why don't
happened.
you get a girlfriend?
I don't know.
Because of this statement.
He should just
Is it bad that like when I see a girl now, I'm not like, oh, she'd be cool to, like date, hang out with, and everything? He's like, no. I look at them like they are a piece of meat on the line.
No, I don't say shit like that, dude. But I'm just like, I mean, obviously, I'm open. I'm open for a relationship if a fucking girl comes along. But
why don't you like actively try to get a girlfriend? Because I want to see who you are as like a boyfriend.
I'm lame.
I've never known you.
I'm lame. Like I'm lame.
I'm really curious. I really want to see him as like
imagine Blade at the bar not drinking and texting his girl
Like yeah. Like,
yeah, I just want to see that.
I'll tell you right now.
Babe, I've only had 3 beers and 2 shots.
Oh, that's the other part, dude. Like, so girls don't like the amount that I drink and go out and like hang out with friends and stuff like that, and like I'm a social person. Girls don't like that. They don't like when dudes, at least the girls I messed with, just don't seem to like it.
Yeah.
But I like doing that.
Yeah, well, if you have a girlfriend who's home, you're probably not going to do that anymore.
Yeah, you're not going to come like in the house and like have a trail of your clothes to your living room.
But I don't. Here's the thing, though. I don't like. I prefer not to live with my girlfriend.
Like your last girlfriend, she was like a bar rat, and like
she wasn't a bar rat at all. She fucking hated that I drank.
She drank with you.
She drank a couple times with me.
Like I thought the girl.
No!
I made that mistake.
No! You're thinking about the other one, the blonde one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's totally that's different. That wasn't my last girlfriend.
Why?
Why? Because we weren't together like that.
I thought you were.
No, not really. I mean,
you were in love with that. That was the one that you want to marry.
Here's the thing. She says she loves me. I say I love her. But we're not boyfriend girlfriend. But
have you talked to her about that?
Yeah, we've definitely talked about it.
And did that upset you?
No.
Yes, it did.
I feel like Blade's backing into a corner.
Okay, like
That's
metaphorically and physically.
Blade, the blonde-haired girl was the girl that you like wanted to be with for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
See? All right.
But I mean, it just doesn't work out like that.
So what happened?
What do you mean what happened?
What happened?
This isn't Disney.
What happened? What do you mean what happened?
What happened to the girl that you wanted that she didn't want to be in a relationship with you like that? Why?
Tell Maury.
Well, first off, she doesn't have her shit together, and like what we would do is we'd go out and we go get fucking wasted, and like do stupid shit or whatever.
Is this a female Blade?
Yeah, pretty much. She is.
All right, so she used to do that, right?
Yeah.
So whatever, you guys are technically dating, right?
We're not. We never dated.
Yeah, but you were dating. Like, if
like,
anyone from the outside in would be like, oh, they're
like,
dating.
Okay. I will admit this. Okay,
I'm not saying together.
No, okay. I took her to my best friend's wedding, and to avoid stupid conversations like this, if people like some people are like, oh, you guys make a cute couple, we just went along with it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, when you you go back to like middle school, high school days, you asked a girl out, like, will you be my girlfriend? Mm-hmm. Now, like, you get in a relationship, do you ask her, like, are you my girlfriend, or like, are you my boyfriend? That type of shit.
No,
you guys, you're just like together.
Yeah, you're just
together. So like, by default, you were together. You're boyfriend girlfriend.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Keem.
Probably not. If she told him no, right?
Yeah. Like we had the conversation. I was the first one to catch feelings, and we had the conversation. And she was like, "No, I'm like you're awesome. I love you, but not that way."
So you got friend zoned?
Not really friend zoned. Like
Did you get friend zoned?
I didn't get friend zoned.
All right, so that shit happens.
Because
Keem just gave me the look like he doesn't believe you.
No, because we fucked before. You know, what I mean, there's been some drunken nights where we fucked, but we're not going out. We're not dating. I will know this girl for the rest of my life.
Like back in Seattle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I'll know this girl for the rest of my life.
All right. So how many times did you hook up with her?
Probably 2 or 3, the most.
Over X amount of time.
Yeah, over a good amount of time.
Like define.
Actually, okay, let's get deep. Fuck it. So I first met her right when I first started working as a bouncer.
Right.
Okay.
So I first met her, and we hung out for like a month straight. Right.
A month straight.
Hung out for a month straight. She's hella cool. And then one day she was like, "Can you take me down to Seattle, which is across the water?" I'm like, "Sure." So I'm like, why are we going to Seattle? What's going on? You know? and she's just like, yeah, I got a job in Spokane. I'm leaving. I'm like, you're fucking leaving? Like, what are you talking about? Like, not that I just met you corny shit, but like, where the fuck did this come? This was on a Friday. Thursday, you didn't say anything about this, right?
Right.
So she left to Spokane for 3 years.
Wow.
Now, I'm working at a different bar at this point, 3 years later, and she walks in. And I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy. Like, we recognize each other. And then we hung out for another, like, the summer, right? And then it was a situation where I came out to Buffalo, did a show, and I did a Sunday Chill commentary here in Keem's house, right?
Right.
So, put your phone away.
Yeah, put your phone away.
Come on, dude, you're on the air.
What the fuck are you doing? You're in the studio. You got your phone
I
on?
can hear your phone vibrating on the table.
I
Over
don't
there.
look at it, though. Bam, there you go. All right, so I come out. We film a couple episodes with Scott. I get inspired, being like, dude, this is fucking gold. So I literally did a Sunday Chill commentary. Turn your phone off,
Turn
dude.
your phone off.
It's
Put it on vibrate.
It is on vibrate.
We'll put it so it doesn't vibrate the table. Anyways.
Take off your sock. Put your sock on the table. Put your sock in between the
I
table
have
and the phone.
flip-flops on.
All
Give
right.
me your sock.
So it doesn't make it vibrate.
All right, so as I'm out here, right?
Just made shit real awkward, bro.
As I'm out here, I film a Sunday Chill commentary where I basically be like, yeah, so I'm
He
not...
said, where I basically be like...
I do a Sunday Chill commentary where
I'll put my
explain...
phone away when you put your almonds away.
Okay. Fuck you guys.
You know what I realized halfway through this conversation? There's a common denominator with you.
What?
The bar.
What do you mean?
Like every story says, well, I worked at a bar. I was at this bar.
All right. So anyhow,
Anyhow.
you get here, you do the fucking
Okay.
Sunday Chill commentary.
Saying
in
that-
the video, you say, I'm probably moving to Buffalo. What is her reaction?
She called and she was crying.
Oh.
She was like, how the fuck are you just going to, like, leave me?
You disappeared for 36 months. Like
I didn't even think about that time. I'm like, I'm not leaving you. We're not together. I'm doing this thing for me. Why are you sad? Like, she's like, I'm sad because you're not going to be around. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry. Like, that sucks. I know, but I got to do this.
I'll be back in 3 years.
So, wait, this is the girl that you're in love with.
Well, yeah, we love each other.
What's your name?
Jill.
Jill.
So when's the last time you've talked to Jill?
I talk to her probably once a week.
Well, okay.
Like currently?
Yeah.
How have I never heard of Jill?
Does she have a boyfriend?
No. She lives at her parents' house now.
Why don't you move her up here?
Move her. Do
Move
it.
her up here?
Get married.
Does she have a
Okay.
job in Seattle?
She's a nurse.
She can fucking. There's all kinds of hospitals
Yeah.
around
Okay,
here.
first off,
People are always going to get hurt.
let me explain something real quick, right? If I were
Propose
to
to
move...
her on Skype.
Shut up, dude. If I were to move Jill up here, I'm dying in like 2 years.
No.
Yes. Yes, because here's the thing. Jill and I...
Does she still get it in that way?
she doesn't really get it in, but like when
she's a nurse now. Like she's responsible for human life.
I understand that, but like the two of us together are bad news bears as far as like going out and kicking it. We go out and get fucked up. Like we're bad influences on each other. I'm saying it's not good.
Well,
and with the Buffalo scene, completely like open till 4? No,
Yeah,
dude.
right.
Yings? I told her, I was like, yeah, you and me at Yings would do some damage.
all right. So why don't you do this? Why don't you bring her out here for a weekend?
See how it works out.
We've talked about it.
All right. How come it's not happening?
Spontaneous. Just do it. Be like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? When she says nothing, not
Or if
working,
she's the wrong girl,
just be
look
like,
for
get
her.
on this plane.
I just.
I'm
feel-
not. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not looking for a girl just because of her back there. I'm not hung up on her. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not though.
As a friend, I feel like you need something. You've been out here since 2012, right?
Yeah.
Could you say, as far as me, of like things that I'm doing and stuff like that have been changing?
Bro, you fucked a girl in the bathroom. If you like this girl, do it. Like, do it.
Well, what I'm saying is, okay, just like I've changed. Like I'm doing multiple different things, like from sometimes day to day. Like, but I'm also doing a bunch of stuff and I'm changing.
Mm-hmm.
Like with you as a friend, you're just like doing the same thing every day. Like you're not.
I'm trying to be a better
You're not
person.
doing anything different. And now, as a friend, I'm thinking to myself.
I mean, we okay. Besides, like, I agree with you, except for like trying to be more active and like going out and doing stuff besides just going to the bar. I agree with you.
This is not like a do good stuff, do bad stuff.
Yeah,
this
I
is
understand.
more of a like do the same
do
thing.
different stuff. Yeah,
doing the same thing over and over and over again. Like you got to change. You have to. You need something to fuck up your like patterns, dude.
I agree.
You
Throw a
need
wrench
you
in
need a
the engine.
girlfriend. You need to fuck up all those patterns that you have and just do something completely different. Which I've been trying to do. I've been trying to get everyone out, fucking doing physical activity and shit like that. But I just think like that would really like help this show, help your your YouTube channel all around. I think like new experiences.
I don't know if a girlfriend is the best thing, but there definitely needs to be some sort of change. I agree.
Like we need to like first of all, you're going back to the gym. For those of you that didn't know, like we quit the gym, and it was like like a couple years ago, 2 years ago maybe. We were going to the gym like every day.
Yeah, we were.
And so I found out these fuckers at the gym were still taking $30 a month out of my fucking bank.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't even. I must have missed them. Every time I looked at my thing, I saw $30 and thought, must have bought some fucking bomb pizza or some shit. I don't know.
Some bomb pizza.
Right? Because I just didn't look at everything. And all of a sudden I saw it the other day and I was like, these motherfuckers. So I'm going back to that gym. You can get a gym membership. Let's fucking
do it.
get that thing rolling.
Don't look.
But anyhow,
Bam.
we've talked for a long time. Is there anything else that we need to cover? I think we got an hour and a half show here.
No, I'd
Probably
say
an hour.
I'd say we have 1 hour 3 minutes.
Oh my god, get the fuck out of here. You can't
This
do it
motherfucker
twice.
has some way to like know this shit because like we'll go grocery shopping at like 68, 62 with tax, and I calculated from the tax difference from Seattle to
No,
Buffalo.
I didn't do all that.
Wait,
but I'm really good at guessing.
Did you like math?
I loved math.
Math was your favorite subject?
Hell fucking
I don't
yeah.
understand those people. I think they're all retarded.
Dude, I think you would love math.
Okay.
The reason why you would love
No.
math, bro, is because math's the only thing with solid rules that make sense. Everything
Until you
else
start putting like the alphabet in that bitch.
Okay, here's the problem with
just
math.
represents something.
Here's the problem with math. The biggest problem with math is this, right? When you're doing math, your brain's a fucking computer.
Your brain's a computer anyways.
I agree, but your brain's like putting out ones and zeros when you're doing math. Like it's a fucking computer.
There's a matrix in there.
Right?
Yeah.
When you're doing something other than math, you're somewhat human, right? You're acting or
Using some sort
you're
of
fucking playing
imagination.
sports. It's a human element of it. Like when you're doing math, it's literally just your fucking brain going this minus this times this plus. You're just doing work.
Yeah.
Mental work. Fuck that.
Mental work. That's called thinking.
Yeah, but it's not even thinking. It's
So what-
calculating.
Yeah, but like I'll get a headache from doing math.
So what were your subjects then?
Okay. All I'm saying is I want my brain to be a sponge. I don't want it to be like a fucking calculator.
Got one of those on my phone.
Damn.
I need one of those.
That's a quote right there. That's good.
So anyhow, my favorite subject was history, and my brain was a sponge.
But here's the
how
thing.
did we get here? How was the United
Here's
States
the
created?
thing.
What was the War of 1812? Wow! Oh my God! Okay, now that explains why this is why I haven't. Oh my God! So many questions of Earth are being answered right now. Now you take that fucking amazing feeling that you have in history class, right? That inspiring the story of how we're here unfolding in front of your eyes, and you compare it to 2 minus b squared equals ax.
Can you square B?
Like all I'm saying is like that shit. It was boring as fuck, and a lot of times after basic math, it serves no purpose.
No, that's not true at all. That's not true at all.
When the fuck are you going to use calculus?
You pretty much use calculus every day.
Really?
I don't know how to answer that right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the thing. One issue that I have, right, is when you're reading a history book or you're talking about a certain time in history, right? You might spend a day talking about that day. Like in class, you might spend a day talking about like a 20-year period of time, right?
Yeah.
So somehow you're going to paraphrase 2 decades. If you wanted to paraphrase 1990 to right now and talk about it for 45 minutes, do you think you could cover the important shit?
Yeah.
Bush banged Monica.
Yeah. I mean, it's and listen, the debate is that you think math is better than history.
It is.
Right? You just gave me a math equation.
What do you mean? How do I give you a math equation?
You just gave me a math equation.
How's that a math equation?
You said in a decade, could you cover all the best points?
Yeah.
In, 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, right? Is that what you
45
said?
minutes.
In 45 minutes.
And I said yes, because that's a simple math equation.
Okay.
You have 45 minutes. All right. What are the biggest subjects? Let's say there's 10. Do you have enough time to do that? You divide, right? You do all that shit.
4.5.
Yeah. You figure it out and you say, okay, I can cover all these topics, but when Timmy fell in the well in like 1876, we're going to have to cut that one because we don't have enough time. So, yes, the answer is yes.
Okay. My take on it was this, though. When they would cover this stuff, I know it sounds retarded and you're going to laugh. You're going to make fun of me. I don't care. But I'm like, how did you know? Okay.
What do you mean?
How did these people know?
Okay,
well,
so
that's about math.
They're saying, okay, so they're for an example, they're saying during the French Revolution that the people came in and they tore the king out and they chopped off his head. All right, and your response to that is like, how does this teacher even know that he wasn't there? Right?
Well, not that he wasn't there, but how
It was written about, though.
Okay,
Like, it happened.
But when people
history.
when people write about stuff like this, okay, and not until recently where they started doing video stuff, but when they write about stuff like this, a lot of times things get left out, exaggerations are made, and half the time I don't fucking believe it.
Okay, and
All
what
right,
if
now I
Einstein was
agree.
wrong? What if E doesn't equal MC squared?
Now, I agree with you.
That's a math thing.
I agree.
That
Yeah,
can be
but
proven.
that-
But that can be proven.
But it can be proven. But it's all based off of something. Like, what if one really isn't one?
I agree.
But at one point, sorry, keep interrupting. Let me say this. I do agree with you. But when you really break it down, all these other stuff could be documented, could have been seen, whatever. But there could be a part where it's literally the word of a man, and men lie.
All right, now here's the deal. I'm 100% with you, right?
Okay.
But the story of the French Revolution isn't about like a man walking on water. It isn't about like, wise men and angels coming from the sky.
That's not history.
You cannot
It's the Bible.
put exactly. That's what I'm saying. He can't take the fucking recorded history of the French Revolution and put it next to the fucking Bible.
I'm not putting next to the Bible.
Yes, you are. You're saying, well, men could lie, men could exaggerate. Like, obviously, we know the
But like
Bible.
they put history together from multiple sources.
All right, but what I'm saying is the fucking recorded history of the French Revolution does not include crazy shit, like off the wall shit. Yes, things could be embellished a little bit. Yes, they could be changed a little bit different, or things might be, whatever, embellished or whatever. But at the end of the day, we can pretty much say by all this recorded history that the peasants probably did go and fucking grab the king and chop off his head with a guillotine, right?
Okay.
Can we get to that point?
Sure.
So it's still important to learn about the French Revolution.
Why?
So
History.
Why is history
Okay,
important?
well, I've already explained this
Why
to you
is history
before.
important? To know where we came from? Do you like...
I understand the whole history repeats itself thing.
All right. Well, we were just talking about the French Revolution, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is a kilo?
Okay, well, that's a weird thing. No. Have you heard about this?
No.
Okay. So, based on this story, a kilo... Explain it again. I don't know how to explain
Okay,
it.
so, like, if I ask you what is a second, what is a minute, like, what is an inch, what is this, what is that, the definitions are like a mathematical equation. The only metric that's a real thing or whatever calculation that's a real thing is a kilo. And a kilo is actually like a weight over in France. So basically during the French Revolution or prior to it, they didn't have an official scale. So no one knew how much shit weighed. So a bunch of people were waiting to buy bread and stuff because they were starving. And they didn't have enough bread. They were going through a famine as well. So the people that sold the bread, they kept shorting it a little bit and a little bit as the weeks went on to the point where it got half of what it used to be. So after they killed the king and actually succeeded in the French Revolution, they said, we need a standard measurement. We need a fucking measurement that everyone abides by. So they fucking made this metal thing, right, that weighed a kilo. And the reason why we know what a kilo is and we know what pounds are and quarter pounds and all that shit today is it's all based off this fucking thing that was made right after the French Revolution.
I really want Keem to tell the story about the faces on the lifeguard. Because that was
faces on the lifeguard.
The dummy, CPR dummy.
Oh,
that's epic.
Yeah.
That's epic.
Boom. Mind blown.
Yeah, that's a good story as well. But, I mean, dude, this podcast is long. It's a long podcast.
I always ask for longer ones. So.
Do you want me to really tell you the story?
Yeah, I mean,
it's pretty cool. I like
3 minutes. I
mean. Okay. So
story time with Keem.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. All right. Back in the day, way back in France, right? When somebody died, it was very popular to keep that person's face forever. And how they would do this, right, is let's say that, you died, you lived a natural life there, Josh, and you died at the age of like 56 in the 1700s and the early 1800s, right? What they would do is they would take some plaster, put it over your face, and make a mold and make a mask of your actual face so people can see you and know exactly what you looked like forever, right? The family would put it up on the walls. This is a very common thing in France, right? Well, what happened is this woman fell in the river and drowned it, all right? She drowned it. She drowned.
Okay.
She drowned. I like drowned it, but it's actually drowned.
Cousin.
Now, they pull her out of the river, all right? And everyone in the town is kind of like, oh, my God, it hits the paper. Woman found in the river. She must have drowned, right? It hits the paper, and everyone comes out, and they come to the funeral to look at this poor girl that was unidentified. No one knew who she was. And the word started spreading even more and more and more that this is the most beautiful girl ever, all right? So as they're at the wake and they're coming to this conclusion, they're trying to find out who the girl is. They start running ads in the paper. Like, the town gets obsessed at finding the identity of this woman because she's so beautiful. All right. Now, granted, she's dead. So what they do is they do what they normally do for loved ones, but this was for a stranger. People in the town start paying to have her face masked, right? So they put the plaster on. They make a mask of her face, right? Now people start going to people's homes and they're like, yeah, that's the woman that drowned in the lake. And they're like, oh my God, that's the most beautiful face I've ever seen. And they start duplicating it. They start duplicating her face, and it becomes the most popular face mask of like the late 1700s, early 1800s, right? Now, some people ended up like moving like over to America, right? And so there's even some of these masks in America, all right? Now it's like the 1900s, or not the 1900s, but it's like 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, something like that, 1970s, not too long ago. And this dude is coming up with a brand new invention, right? And what it is it is a dummy that you can perform CPR on, right? So he goes out to this architect and he's like, I need you to develop this dummy for me so we can, teach people how to do CPR. And when he was developing it, he stumbled into like these people's house and he's seen this mask and he said, oh, I'll use that mask, right? So he ended up using it, right? And they created the dummy, and it's the same exact dummy that everyone uses for CPR today.
Right.
Now here's the kicker, right? Somebody like at college was trying to figure out, like where this dummy came from and how it came about, and the story unfolded, and they realized for the first time that the dummy that everyone's learning CPR on is the face of a woman who drowned in France.
That's crazy.
Centuries ago.
That's nuts. Make that correlation between drowned and giving CPR.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's insane.
Epic.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the podcast. This is the BadKidCast. If you love the BadKidCast, let us know about it on Twitter. Share it with your friends. This is the audio gas that you listen to.
While you gas.
Why did I say gas?
I don't know, but I was trying to figure out what the game version of Gast is.
This is the audio cast that you listen to
While you game.